You don't even realize you're trying to manipulate the 3D. And here's why. I talk to so many people, clients, people that I have conversations with in the villa who don't realize that they are doing manipulative things to try and force an end result to do with what they want. Some of them call it goals, some people call it manifestation, whatever. It's all the same thing. Something that you want to eventuate in your 3D reality, your physical world, your experience. And the fact of the matter is, if you don't do things like addressing your nervous system, and that is a really big one, and that's why I say when you hear about my manifestation cheat codes, I know that it can seem overwhelming to add three things to your practice. And if you can only really muster up the energy to incorporate one to begin with, do the nervous system regulation work because it will make the other two seem less overwhelming to take on. And then once you feel the shift from doing those things, implementing those things into your practice, which eventually doesn't become a practice, it just becomes the way you live your life, you will naturally stop trying to manipulate the things that are going on in your 3D because things don't happen out here. They happen in here and then we see it on a screen of the 3D reality. Before we get into the video, hey legends, I'm Cerise. I'm your self-agency and manifestation mentor, and I help you decipher the nuances of manifestation from both the law of assumption and the law of attraction because a lot of the information out there is overcomplicated or oversimplified, and I've learned a lot of things the hard way. So you don't have to. We're all about manifesting smarter, not harder on this channel. All the ways in which I can guide you right from my 22-page freebie ebook to my one-to-one coaching and everything in between, like my workshops and of course, the Cheat Code Academy, which is currently at the time of me posting this video closed to new members, but the waitlist is below. All of those ways I can guide you are linked below. When the doors are open, even just regardless of what time this video is posted, that link will be updated for you to be able to join if the doors are open. Otherwise, it'll take you to the waitlist, and it's no obligation to join waitlist. You'll just receive an email when the doors are open again, and then you'll be able to choose whether or not you'd like to join us. It's not a cult. It's not a cult. Maybe I should stop doing that. Maybe it's like something someone who is the leader of a cult would say. The difference is the leader of a cult would not be encouraging you to take your power back. They would be trying to take your power from you. So, how does manipulating the physical world show up? Well, it could be doing what you think is setting a boundary when you're actually hoping that it's going to make someone do something differently. When a boundary should not be from that motivation, a boundary should be about what makes me feel better in this moment about this situation or this person or this thing. It's really all about you. Boundaries are about you and how you feel. It's not about trying to make something happen outwardly. And if you go about it in a way where you're trying to have a conversation with someone to force a result from that place of fear, then it most of the time is going to backfire. And if it doesn't, it's probably not going to be a lasting result, even if you get the result that you want initially. It could be, I talk about thirst traps all the time in terms of people wanting to manifest in a specific person. It could be posting something when you look really good and like, cool, you look good, that's fine. But doing it to try and lure them in instead of just being like, I'm feeling myself right now, this outfit looks good, or whatever it might be. I'm going to post it and not really giving a shit if anyone looks at your story or likes the picture or anything like that. And actually, something that someone here in the villa that I'm in Bali currently shared with me was that this is a little bit of a tangent, but it'll help some of you, I'm sure, as my tangents always do, even if it's just one person, is they no longer use things like Instagram, like social media platforms like Instagram. What they do instead is they still take all the photos that they want to take when they're traveling, but they keep them in their Google Photos and they give their friends access to their Google Photos. So they can still share the beauty of where they are and their experiences, but they're not doing it with an attachment for likes or anything like that because there's no way of liking a photo within Google Photos. And they also are not looking to see who's looking at their photos or not. It's kind of like if they want to look and see what I'm up to, they can do that. If not, doesn't matter. And so that's just something that I felt like I should share using that example of posting things like thirst traps, or not even thirst traps, but like posting things in like to try and make people jealous of like what you're getting up to, or when it comes to the specific person, romantic specific person situation. But sometimes I hear people do this with friendships as well. Like, see, I don't miss you, you know, and if you really felt that way, you wouldn't need to be trying to prove it to anybody by posting anything to try and get their attention. Also, on the like in another way, people are doing that because they think for some reason that's the logical way that someone would be able to like see how fun they are or whatever. But the thing is, there's no, if we want to use some logic, sometimes I like to do this, right? I say manifestation isn't logical, but if we want to apply logic to this just to help it kind of land for you a little bit, if you want someone to be, contacting you and being like, hey, what are you up to? And really wanting to know what's going on in your life, if you're giving them all of that information on social media already, what reason do they have to contact you to figure out what like how you are and what you're doing and all that sort of thing? If you're always, taking the social media one away and going to texting, if you're always texting them, letting them know what you're doing, the jealousy or whatever that you want them to feel is actually not what they're going to feel, because they know there's no mystery there. There's no wonder. There's not like none of that's coming up for them. And they're certainly not, feeling like they want to do a bunch of things to win you over or to get your attention or whatever if they've always got your attention. It's like I always say about the chasing, right? There's so many people who are affirming, I am chased, I am chosen, but two people can't be chasing each other at the same time. That's two separate realities. Can you be chased? Yes. I've done a video responding to a comment where someone was clearly not watching my video through um, the filter of a regulated nervous system. I'm not saying you can't be chased. I'm not saying you can't manifest that to be your experience with someone. I'm saying that if you're always doing the chasing, if you're always doing the initiating, they can't be doing that. Initiating means the first one to do. If you're always the first one to do, they can't be. There's only one first. If you're always the one chasing, two people can't be chasing each other at the same time. It's two different realities. Eventually, there can be a bit more of a balance, a give and take balance, but for so many of you, you need to pull right back from what you're doing for a while until you see consistency in your physical world from that before you're able to come in and trust that you're not going to, get a breadcrumb and then be like, oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay. Or, the tiniest hint of the thing or situation you want, if it's not a person, and go into like fear mode of like, it's not going to last, because that is what drives that manipulative behavior. And it's not that you're, intentionally doing anything from a manipulative place. It doesn't make you a bad person or anything like that. It comes down to, if we strip it right back, not even the scenarios, experiences, or anything like that that you've had in your life so far. It goes all the way back to our primal physiology. So it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility as the operant power in your reality, as the God or the universe of your reality, of your experience, to create an internal environment by which those primal instincts aren't being kicked up, or if they are, you're able to zoom out and recognize that and not react the way you would have in the past when you couldn't have or hold on to the things you want. If you get anything positive out of this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and or subscribe. It just helps push my videos out to more people. And if you'd like to comment below to help me with the algorithm, but you don't know what to comment, just put a sparkle emoji, because we're creating literal real world fucking magic on this channel. So I don't want to hear, Cerise, I can't help it. Yes, you can. Can you help it directly in that moment that it's happening? Usually not. Can you help it in the moments between those times so that you do those things less and less? Yes, you can. How do you do that? Oh, what do you know? My manifestation cheat codes. So if this is the first time you've watched any of my videos, you don't have to be in the Cheat Code Academy to know what the cheat codes are. They are nervous system regulation work, self-concept work, and feel-good things. The Cheat Code Academy is just a way in which I'm able to guide you with almost weekly Q&As, so 4 Q&As a month. Some months have 5 weeks, as well as monthly workshops or challenges or masterclasses that give you practical ways to put these things into practice in different areas of your life, as well as creating an environment of accountability until you are at the point where it is natural for you, part of your everyday life to do these things. It's no longer a practice, it is just the way you live your life. And before you even get to the point where you just no longer do these manipulative things, you will get to the point where you will recognize what you're about to do. Whereas a lot of you are at the point where like it's automatic that you're just doing manipulative things. You will get to the point where you are able to recognize, oh, why am I doing that right now? Am I looking for validation? Am I trying to make someone jealous? Am I trying to force a result somehow? Does this seem like the logical way of doing something? And that's why I'm trying to do it, because that's not how manifestation works. And even if you go to do something in that way, you'll be able to sort of check in with yourself. If it doesn't happen the way that I logically think it should, will I be shaken or rattled by this? Will it make me question anything? Will it make me feel anxious? If the answer is no, then maybe you can still go forward with that, knowing that regardless of whether or not this is the way the thing you want happens or not, it's still yours. So, maybe the intro into this video was a little misleading in the sense that some of you may be a little further along in already doing my manifestation cheat codes, even if it hasn't been directly through learning them through me, but you're just already doing things like nervous system regulation work or self-concept work or whatever it might be. Some of you might not be unknowingly manipulating the 3D or trying to manipulate the 3D, but a lot of you, if you're still watching a lot of this kind of content, not just my videos, but devouring as much manifestation content as possible, a lot of you probably are. It's okay. It's not your fault. It is your responsibility. And even though the word responsibility can sound like a big deal, a bit overwhelming, I'm telling you right now, so many people have implemented in my manifestation cheat codes and found that they naturally just stop doing those things that get in their own way and self-sabotage their manifestation, whilst also being able to enjoy their life now before they're even experiencing their manifestation in the 3D, making it so much easier to not self-sabotage their manifestation when that thing, person, or situation projects out into the physical world.